Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone this morning? These guys are popping on. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. We'll just hang out here for a second to see who all joins us this morning. Happy Wednesday. I'm gonna, fix the camera a little bit, so hang tight. There we go. So, how is everyone this morning? Can you believe it's Wednesday? It seems like we were just on and it was Friday, so here it is already midweek. For those of you that won all those prize patrols last week, they are going in the mail today, so you should be getting them in a few days. Thank you for joining me for Valentine Week. Also, I'm going to announce the winners. I think everybody's popping on. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Lisa. We have a couple of you on. Nora's sitting over here in the other office chair. She does that. Like, she has to be beside me all the time. So she's not been too noisy this morning, but I can't guarantee that she'll be quiet. I think the garbage men have already came a little earlier today. So that should help us out a little bit with the noise. But she's just over there in the other chair. Nora is a Beagle mix. She's black and white. I should post a picture of her for those of you who don't know. She'll be 4 in a few weeks. I think February 4th or something like that is her birthday, or 2nd. So she will be 4. We've had her in April, will be 4 years. So she was like 6 weeks old when we got her. Good morning, Georgia. Yay. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. A lot of you are popping on. For those of you that are new, my name is Connie Heisey, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator. I will be celebrating my 28th Stampiversary in May. I have a studio here in Hanover, Pennsylvania. I do both online events and in-person events. So thanks for joining me. Guys, remember to like, share, comment. Your name will go in the drawing. Oh, I'm not giving away these projects. I'll have to pick a goodie to give away to you. I didn't even think about that this morning, but I'll share with you what you'll get on Friday. But I'm going to announce the winners from last week. Okay, so Friday's winner of this pack of DSP is Joyce Wagaman. So Joyce, you get this gorgeous pack of Regency Park DSP. And the grand prize winner of all the projects, let me bring them in. So here is the bundle of projects. And the grand prize winner of these is Jean Dyer. So Jean, I will pop these in the mail to you today. So you get all of these fun projects, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for Valentine's Week. I have ordered all the supplies, and once they get here, we'll be cutting and getting your card classes in the mail to you. Okay, today I wanted to share with you my monthly creative escape class. Actually, these classes used to be called our class at home, but I partner with Jody Breckbill on a lot of our events and classes, just because our customers watch both of us. So I know some of you watch Jody, and then some of you are Jody's customers and you watch me. So we thought we would just partner together and design a lot of our events. We design together. That actually helps us keep our workload down too. So if it's a 4-card event, I'll design 2, she designs 2. We work together on the retreats. We work together on we do one in-person demonstrator event a year, and that's coming up the end of April. So we work together on that. So I know this morning Jody's going to share with you the monthly make and takes. I will be sharing those with you next week, because my monthly make and take class here in the studio is Monday the 23rd at 10 and 6. So I will be sharing with those of you the monthly make and takes that you can order. That one will be an order-based event, and you'll want those because they are using some fun celebration paper, and they're a fun fold class. But this one that we're going to share with you this morning is our monthly creative escape. So this is our monthly class. So what do you get with the class? We are featuring the Lovely and Lasting bundle from the annual catalog. This actually was a class that we did last November at our in-person retreat. We call it Playing with Paper. because it's a lot of paper. So what do you get in the class? You get the card kit, and it is a 5-card class. So actually it's a 10-card class, 5 designs, 2 of each. So you'll get those. You will get a half a pack of the designer series paper. This is the Lovely and Lasting. So let me show you those prints quickly. Some of you might already see this because if you did my paper share, which speaking of paper share, the mini catalog paper share will be ready next week as well. We're working on those here too. So there you go. This one, and this one. So here's some paper. I must have used some of those. Yep. So you'll get a whole full half a pack of the DSP. You will get a pack of the Pale Papaya ribbon, and you will get a roll of Pale Papaya ribbon, and you will get a complete pack of gems. These are the in color gems, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get started with that. So like I said, it is a punch bundle, which I love punch bundles. So let's go ahead and get started. Here is our first project this morning. Okay, this is more, we're called this playing with paper because it's a lot of paper piecing, which we love. So you get the PDF, and then you can always come back and watch the video too to show you how to put the cards together. Okay, so we're going to start out with a base of Night of Navy. This is 5.5 by 8.5, so we're going to fold that in half, or you can score it. The next thing we're going to do is we have this piece. This is our centerpiece. This is 1 7/8 by 2 1/4, and then this one is just cut 1/8 of an inch smaller all the way around. So we're going to be stamping on that first. We're just going to take the little floral spray stamp from the set and just stamp randomly around here. I will post a link later if you want to get this class, so you can sign up for that. Whoops. I am having a terrible time this morning with ink. And I actually really didn't even stamp anything this morning because, like I said, these projects were made for our November event. So I've had them for a while. It's just I was re-inking those stamp pads so they'd be nice and juicy this morning, and I got it all over me. Okay, so that's that piece. We're going to layer that onto the piece of Pale Papaya. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning, Gail. I think I need an extra cup of coffee this morning, Yvonne. It's been a long week and it's only Wednesday. We had a lot of stuff going on. Okay, let me share this with you. These are 2 pieces. They are cut 1 inch by, this is 1 by 3, and this is 1 by 4 1/4. So we're going to use all 4 pieces on our card. Monday, I worked a little bit here in the studio, and Monday was Martin Luther King Day, so my grandson didn't have school, so we took the boys to Chuck E. Cheese's for the afternoon. And then yesterday I worked in the morning, and then my daughter actually asked me if I wanted to go along with her. She had her anatomy ultrasound yesterday, so they were checking the anatomy of the baby, and everything is fine, and I got to see her little face. Among everything else, her little legs and everything. It was quite the experience. I've never went along with them for the anatomy scan, but she wanted to take the boys. Easton, the 6-year-old, was very impressed, but the 3-year-old, he didn't care. He could care less. He is quite the mama's boy. I think he's going to have a little bit of adjustment when this little girl comes along. Okay, so we're going to put that right in there. So I place those all around, and then we're going to place this one in the center, like that. We're going to bring in this scrap paper and the Pale Papaya ink. We're going to ink this up. This matches the punch, this little label here. It is amazing. She according to that ultrasound, she looks a lot like her brothers. Hannah compared their ultrasound pictures, and the face shape and everything, lips and everything were the same. So she's gonna look like her brothers. Okay, so then My oldest daughter is expecting as well. She's due May 9th, and then Hannah's due May 19th, which I'm hoping Hannah goes early because we leave for Norway on May 19th. That's our trip with Stampin' Up, is a cruise to Norway. So I really will be sad if, I mean, Ray said, my husband says we're going either way. We haven't been on a Stampin' Up trip for years just because of COVID and they weren't having them and all kinds of things. So, okay, so there you go. So we can scatter some gems around there, but there's your first card. But I would like to be here when she's born. Yep, you can use your paper scraps for that. Absolutely. Okay, let me bring in the second card. Here is the second card. So the base of this one is soft succulent 5.5 by 8.5. So we're going to fold that in half. The next layer is the DSP, and this is 5.25 by 4. And then we have this strip of Evening Evergreen, which is 4.25 by 1. I might have to cut that down a little bit. I'll have to see once. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the flower stamp. And we are going to, I'm going to try just to ink up the flowers. I think that that's how we did that, because it looks like they're all just, actually we just ink up the whole thing, I guess. We ink it all up in Pale Papaya. I'm hoping that this one was juicy enough. I did ink them all up. We're going to bring in the matte because this is a photopolymer set. So we're going to bring that in here, and I'm going to stamp. So my oldest daughter has a little girl now. That's Vivi. And then she is expecting a boy the beginning of May. And then Hannah has the 2 boys and is having a girl May 19th. Yep, there we go. Gorgeous. That worked. I'm going to bring in my soft succulent ink, and I'm going to just add in a little bit of green. And all these stamps are in this set, which is really cool. And I'm just going to add some randomly around just to add in some green. And there we go. Now, what I did here, if you can see, is after it's stamped, I actually ran it through an embossing folder. So I have my my big boss over here, and I had to use the big one because the folder is a larger folder. So what you want to do is, if you're doing any of this to get texture, you want to make sure that the image is facing, when you put it in your folder, that it's facing up toward the Stampin' Up logo, and that means you'll get the right impression when you run it. So we're going to go ahead and run this through real quickly. And I'll try not to be too noisy here. Okay, so there we go. So you get that look. So you get a textured look. Hopefully you can see that when you do that little technique. Okay, so now let's put our card together. Actually, let's put the front together without putting it on the card base. So we're going to center this on the Designer Series paper. We're going to add our strip here. I did make this a tad long. I'll just trim it. There we go. We're going to add the ribbon. So let's go ahead and add a strip of adhesive here and here, and we'll wrap our ribbon around. Thanks for sharing, Deb. Gonna wrap it around there. I'm gonna add that to my card front. These are really, and they're all using all the new in colors. Well, the new in colors from last year. We'll soon be getting new in colors for 23. Remember, if you need to stock up on any of this, now's the good time to do that. Because with a $50 order or a $100 order, it's celebration. And that way you'll be ensured that you will get it, because sometimes we sell out, especially if they're favorite colors. So people like to stock up if they're leaving. And those colors that will be leaving are the Polished Pink and Freesia, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent. Unless they surprise us and do a color refresh, which would make my heart happy if we keep these two greens, because I love these greens. Okay, so I'm stamping on Pale Papaya, and we're going to do a label here. And this one says "Oh Hello," but I did not get the "Oh Hello" stamp set, stamp out of the set. So we're just going to do the thank you, because that's what I have out. And remember, it's your card. You could do whatever you want. So we're going to do the thank you here in the center. And then we're going to bring the punch in and punch it out. There we go. And we'll pop it up. Oh, not upside down. We're going to layer that right there. And then we're going to bring in some of these gems and add to the centers of the flowers. We'll just add that right there. Good morning, Linda. Well, thank you for sharing, Georgia. That's how it works. Like, share, comment. Your name will go into a drawing for a fun Stampin' Up! Product. Okay, so there we go. So there is the second card. Let me move this big shot out of the way. Okay, let's bring in the third card. Here we go. So here's another one, fairly easy. Let me clean off this label stamp, because I use it in almost all of them. This one is basically just paper. Remember I said we were calling this class Playing with Paper. So what it is you have a piece of Soft Succulent, 5.5 by 8.5. We have a piece of Basic White, 5 1/4 by 4, and then the next layer is 5 by 3 3/4. So we're going to layer those together. Then we have this piece, 1 by 4, and then this one is 3/4 by 4. So we're going to layer those two together. I love the color combination in this set, this suite. We've got some in colors with Night and Navy. So I think it's a pretty sweet. So then we're going to layer that on there. This is the next step. Oops, I want to make sure it's even. It goes right there. There you go. And then we're going to layer that onto the card. Thanks, Joan. Thanks, Gail. Thanks for sharing. Okay. I have this piece of scrap that we're going to stamp the label in navy and the thinking of you. Of course, you can make these any greeting that you want. Now the sign up will end on the 25th for these cards. So I will go ahead and post that again and send the link out again. So if you want to take advantage of this class. There we go. And we'll just pop this up. I was just looking for my dimensionals. Things have a way of disappearing. It seems like it's on here a little crooked. I think sometimes I see crooked. Here, and we'll bring in some of these awesome gems. These gems are really pretty. These are the in color ones that match these colors. Of course, most of our gems match our colors, so that's kind of cool. There we go. So that's the third one. Okay, the fourth one. We're using evergreen and succulent. Evergreen and pale papaya on this one. I'm using the larger background stamp. And this is sort of a fun fold and a paper, playing with paper combined. So this is how this one works. Okay. All right, so the base is Evening Evergreen 5.5 by 7.5. And I scored it at 4 1/4. Okay. This next piece is a basic white 5 1/4 by 4. But then we have this piece here, and this one is 4 1/4 by 4, I think. And then I scored it at the 1 inch mark. So what we're going to do here is we are going to layer this one. We're going to put tape right here. And then you kind of just want to wrap it around here a little bit. And then you want to put tape here. I probably should have did that first. So you want to put tape in there and wrap it around. And then we're going to tape the whole thing to the inside of this card. So it goes like this. There we go. So there you have that. Now we're going to add our designer series paper. So we're going to add this right here. And then, I must have tape on this. Yeah. And then we're going to take this piece and I'm going to add the ribbon. Good morning, Kim. I'm going to add this right here. So there you have that. Okay. We're going to be stamping on a stitch circle, and I'm going to bring in the flowers and the pale papaya ink, and I'm just inking up the top half of this. And we're going to stamp that right there. Like that. We'll take the Thinking of You and we'll use the Evening Evergreen ink. Ink that up and we're just going to stamp that there. There. Okay, I'm going to pop this up on the card front. And then we're going to use the ribbon and do a bow. Bring in our glue dots. right there. And then we're going to bring in the dimensionals and just add some, I mean, not the dimensionals, we're going to bring in the gems and just add a few gems. There you go. So there is the fourth card, okay? And I have one more. We're offering 5 in this class. So it is actually a 10-card class, so you get 2 of each of these. Actually, I'm going to flip this over because there's glue there and I keep getting stuck on it. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, this one is Sweet Sorbet, 5.5 by 8.5. And then we have 3 pieces of DSP. This one is 2 by 4.25, or 2 by 4. Or no, it's 4.25 because it goes all the way to the edge. And then this one is 1. So we're just going to layer these on our card fronts. Okay. Oh, that was in the center. We'll start at the front. I mean, at the top. Start at the top. And we'll put this one here. And then we'll put this one right here. So there you go. So you get this look. All right. And then we're going to be stamping on the smaller piece, which is this one. So we're going to start out and you're going to stamp the whole, let me bring in this mat here. You're going to stamp the whole image here in evening evergreen. It's time to give my blocks a bath, I think. So you're going to ink that up, and I want it fairly dark. Let me clean off the edge here. I'm afraid I'm going to get this ink in here. There we go. Hi, Thelma. Good morning, Diana. Thank you for sharing. Oh, I'm glad you love it, Yvonne. Yep, that's what I wanted. Okay, now we're going to clean this off, and I'm going to stamp it again on that piece of scrap paper using Sweet Sorbet. How do I clean my blocks? I actually clean them with rubbing alcohol. I just take a cloth with rubbing alcohol and clean them. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp this here. Yes, this is just from, Thelma, this is just from re-inking pads this morning. I really haven't done a whole lot of stamping. So now, because these cards I already had done. Okay, so now you need to stay with me here, guys, because this one does not have a die. This is a punch bundle, and I want to cut out all these flowers and pop them up to give this more of a 3D look. Okay. Now this one I probably could have stamped a little better. This one didn't get it quite as dark as I like. This one petal. But you'll understand. You'll get the idea. I know. It's just like one more thing to clean, right, guys? One more thing to clean. I try to clean them once a month. I clean them like usually before class. I should have probably had some jokes ready. Can you believe it's the 18th January already? It just seemed like we were just getting ready for Christmas, and now we're 18 days into the new year. 18 days into celebration, too. So I'm just going to cut out this big flower, and then we're going to put them on the card. Hopefully you guys are all been well. We were sick in the fall, but so far everybody's doing much better. There we go. All right. Now let's pop these up. Actually, I'm going to bring this in. I actually am going to grab one of these little... This stamp set has a little... let me wipe this off. A little splatter stamp. I love the splatter look. So we're going to bring in the Pale Papaya ink, and we're just going to do some little splatters around the edges here. There we go. All right, now we'll pop this up. You're just going to layer this over the flower. Kind of line them up. There we go. Hi, Betty. Just like that. We're going to add that to our card front. Let's add the centers of our flower. We'll take the gems and add some centers here. I already cut out this banner with the stitched banner in Pale Papaya, and so we are going to ink up, if I can find it, here it is, the Happy Birthday and Evening Evergreen. There we go, and then we'll just layer that to the card. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed these projects. They could this is the class that I'm offering, and for my monthly Creative Escape. You can sign up for that now. We will be getting ready. I'll place it's open until the 25th, and then I'll place the order, and we'll get that shipped to you by the beginning of February. And then you'll get a PDF and all kinds of fun things with this. So. Well, good. Welcome, Pam. I'm not sure if you were ever on here, but welcome. Thank you for joining us. I stamp live on Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 o'clock. And this is my my online class for this month. So let me bring those projects in again for you guys to see. And then we have one more, and I have to remember where I stuck that one. There you go. So these are it's a 5-card class. Okay? 5 cards. You get 2 of each. You will get a PDF in your card kit. You will get everything ready to go. If there's any dies that are not included in the bundle, you'll get those. But then if you do not have the stamp set, you have to add the stamp set or use a stamp set that you have, which could be very similar. So you will get this. You will get the half a pack of the Designer Series paper. You will get a full pack of gems and a full roll of the ribbon. So that is this month's Creative Escape card class. So I'll post the link. Make sure to join me on Friday for some other fun projects. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. Have a great Wednesday.